What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Forgive the trash video quality. It's kind of just a practice video anyways. Gonna see how it goes. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about LEGO Star Wars 75319, the Armor's Mandalorian Forge, which released September 1st, 2021, retailed for about $30 United States. This would have been a Target exclusive, of course available at LEGO stores and LEGO Shop online. And it comes with 258 pieces and 3 minifigures, 2 of which were exclusives. The first one we have here would be the Mandalorian, who is a really cool figure, even though we've seen him in like 8 sets. But this was actually the first time he came with the Beskar jetpack there, which is really cool. It's got great arm printing and whatnot. He still just has the black headpiece underneath the helmet here. But I always thought it was really cool because it was like a throwback to the 2005 clones and stormtroopers and stuff where they always just had a black head underneath. But it would be pretty nifty to finally see a face print now that we've seen Mando's face like 3 times in the series so far. But we'll see where we go with that. The next one up would be one of the exclusive figs here. That would be the Armorer, which is a somewhat controversial fig due to some flaws, let's just say. First of all, the helmet there was kind of just a reuse of the Gar Saxon helmet from a set earlier this summer. Not 100% accurate with the size of the horns and whatnot, but I still think it looks pretty cool, at least. It would also benefit from a proper shoulder pad thing, as we see in the show, and a waist cape would also be nice, but it still has a pretty nice leg printing and toe printing if you look closely at that. It's kind of ironic that both of the figs in here have like a really good toe print, except for Mando. It's kind of weird that there's a little bit lacking there, but still pretty cool. Anyways, moving on. She does come with a couple accessories, which I actually have clipped on here right now, which is her hammer and the tongs thing, whatever you'd call it, that she uses as a weapon. The last figure we would have here is probably the best one from this set. That would be Paz Vizsla, descendant of Pre-Vizsla, who we see in the Clone Wars, and of course, 1,000 years prior to that would be Tar Vizsla, the inventor of the Dark Saber. He's got a really nice print for the legs and toe prints and stuff. He's got kind of a bulky, unwieldy back thing here that his blaster is supposed to connect to, and that kind of like fuels his blaster pack there, if you watch the movie. But I like that he's in like a sand blue color. It's one of my favorite colors in the Lego pieces. And once again, just like for the armor, just another black headpiece underneath there. So he's pretty cool. Moving on to the build. You can see we kind of have 2 separate sections here, which can be attached or detached easily enough with this little clip right here. You see it would just kind of clip on right there. So this kind of makes it a little bit more easy to get in there and play with, or pose as you'd like, or move it, it's just whatever. So first we're going to take a look here at the actual forge itself. As you see, it kind of gives you like that Darth Vader's meditation chamber vibe with this thing here, which does not drop down. It's kind of just like a vent or a fan or whatever. You can move it out of the way, about 270 degrees here in total, but you can just move it out of your way if you need to get in here. Move this little thing that it comes with, like the little tray for your Beskar piece. The Beskar piece is a tad disappointing, perhaps. Like, it would be nice if it was just a regular 1x2 tile with some printing or a sticker or something, but instead they give us this ingot type of piece, which is pretty cool. It's like the steel metal gray. I like it, but I think they could have... This is the second best thing they could have done, basically, and we didn't get the best thing they could have done, so that's a bummer. But the thing here itself, I really like the blue flames. We don't get those all too common, at least not in Star Wars, that is, so that's a really cool piece to have. I really like the look of these rounded tiles here. It is kind of unfortunate that it's a sticker. Those were kind of a bummer to get on, and I don't think I did the greatest job. If you look really closely, like, getting those centered is really difficult just with the angles on there, and it's hard to line them up when it's like that, you know, but overall I think it doesn't look too bad. It's pretty nifty. As you can see all around it, we've got these little clips where you can put stuff. I suppose you could clip this on too if you wanted to, but I kind of just keep it in the flames or whatever. You've got a couple little hammers there, which are supposed to be the armorer's weapons. You've got the tongs piece, or whatever you'd call it, over there. Additionally, right here, we kind of have this weird thing. Like, it's cool. It's like two chairs and a table and stuff, but it's just kind of weird that it's right there. I mean, I would feel uncomfortable if I'm sitting here eating like 2 feet away from a forge that melts steel, but whatever. Kind of like a nice little feature that LEGO likes to add to a lot of their playsets is just like secret compartments and stuff here. So I think that's pretty nifty, even though it's not exactly practical, but it's cool that they have that feature as a play feature. The table's a really cool color. I think it's like lime green. And you've got this little, I guess it's a water bottle or something. The top kind of looks metallic, but the rest is just regular like dark bluish gray. So I don't think it's supposed to be like Beskar or something. It's just like a water bottle. So yeah, that's that. Moving on to the tool shop part of the build, I guess you'd call it. There's a lot of nice little features in here that I really like. Start off with the, right above the entrance, we have this, I wish it was printed, but it's just a sticker with a picture of like the fabled mythosaur from Mandalorian legend. There's the same thing on the outside you'll see as well. So it's kind of a shame it's just a sticker, but I still think it looks really nice. Obviously minifigures fit through the entrance here easily. Right next to that, we've got a nice little broom there, which kind of is just there. A nice little feature to have, even though it's not the most practical thing that you'd probably use, but it's whatever. Then one of the really cool parts we have is this little table right here. As you can see on the table itself, they're using the ice skating piece upside down as what I would imagine is supposed to be like for sharpening weapons or tools or something. And then one of the main features that people like about this set right here would be your blank, unprinted Mandalorian helmet, which I think is really cool. It's like the same as the Mando helmet from his first iteration before he had the Beskar armor, except no printing whatsoever on it, which it is cool. I think it's cool for people to have. Realistically, I mean, the printed part is supposed to be like the visor, so I imagine when they'd actually forge it, like they would forge it without the visor, and then they'd put glass or plastic or transparent steel or whatever in there. So it's not exactly realistic. I don't think they would forge like a solid steel bucket like this and then chisel out the part for the visor and then put glass in, so it would probably be forged that way. So technically that's not the most accurate, and realistically speaking from LEGO's perspective, I think they just had extras from the original Mandalorian figure that they obviously weren't going to sell because they're not making that figure anymore, and they couldn't be bothered to put printing on it, so they just threw it in this and figured, hey, people will find this nifty, let's just put it in there, which, fair enough, it is nifty, and I'm glad to have it, I guess, but I think it was kind of, it didn't come from the right place exactly, I think, but anyways, cool nonetheless. Moving on over to here, we've got this nice little cabinet here, which actually pops off real easily, which you could kind of pretend it's like a secret feature, like they can bust it off and come in through another door, but I think it's just kind of like that, so it's easily accessible, because you can get inside it and take it apart. It's got a nice little printed tile here for the control pad, which is nifty. On the inside, it's got a sticker, which is a little bit unfortunate. It was kind of tough to get on, too, being inside of like one of those panels. But the top of the sticker looks like it's supposed to be a couple of drawers, which obviously don't open. And underneath is a printing of like the tongs, which I believe is what this tongs piece is technically supposed to look like, but obviously that's what they did. The best they could probably do with figures without making a specific mold. But either way, that's pretty nifty to have in there. And then this takes apart, like if you take this top part off, these are a couple of buckets. Inside of those are some pretty nifty stuff too. In one of them we have yet another Beskar bar. Got this nice little pistol. I actually forgot this was in here. And like one of this lighter silver colored things. I think it's like Mando's helmet. Yeah, it looks like it's the same silver color as Mando's helmet. That's pretty nifty. And then we've got one of these printed 1x1 tiles with the, what's it called? Thermal detonator, I suppose, which we've been seeing floating around since 2015 or 16 or whenever those came out. So that's pretty awesome to have too, as just another play feature or more accessories that you can fiddle around with. Moving on to the rest of the build here, we've got this like control panel, which I suppose controls the forge itself, or at least the flames of the forge and stuff. And additionally, it would control this little holo projector, which we have this awesome little 1x1 round brick here, which if you can see there, there's a printed picture of like a Mandalorian, like a hologram, and that is super awesome. This is probably my favorite piece in the entire set, probably one of my favorite pieces to come out of the 2021 lineup for sure. And this set is worth it for that alone. If I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty awesome. So there's that. The last thing we kind of have here is this, which I suppose is some sort of smelting thing. I'm not exactly sure. It reminds me of my dad's drill press out in the garage, because it kind of looks like that, which it obviously is not in the Mandalorian world, but it also comes with another Beskar bar. I know, 3 Beskar bars in the Forge set. What a concept. So that's pretty awesome to have there too. I kind of don't like this here. It kind of just flops around and it kind of just sticks where it is. So it's easy to kind of get knocked and be off center, which kind of OCDs with me, I suppose, but it's still pretty nifty. Looking at the build overall here, you'll see that you probably don't want to pick it up like this, because you'll see that part just goes straight down, and you're going to drop it, and you're going to lose whatever stuff you have floating around in here. However, if you pick it up by this, you'll see that the other part does not quite sag as much. Even though both chunks are about the same weight, I think this one just balances different, because if you look at like where the clip is, the amount of stuff that's behind the clip here versus in front of the clip, it kind of balances out. So if you are going to pick up this set, I'd probably lift it up by the forge part, and then you should be good to go. Maybe put like your finger underneath the seats there just so they don't break off or anything. Whereas again, if you pick it up like this, it just flops right down. So that would be a little tip, or just take it apart into 2 sections and carry it wherever you're carrying it to. Would also work. Yeah, overall thoughts, I think it's a great little set, especially for 30 bucks. Like, you're not going to get much better stuff as far as value for your money there. With 3 figures, 2 of them being exclusive, I think that's really great. Yeah, definitely would recommend, especially with its significance now, that for those of you who've seen the Book of Boba Fett, Episode 5, Mandalorian and Paz Vizsla, those are definitely some great characters that you'll want to have. You could probably buy them on the secondary market for like 10 or 12 or 15 bucks each, but I think it's definitely worth it to pay a little extra and get these exclusive pieces like the unprinted helmet, the hollow projector piece and whatnot, and of course another Mando never hurts anyone. Yeah, overall great little set to get. I would certainly recommend it. That's about all I have to say for this, so thank you much if you watched this whole video. Please like and subscribe if you feel like it, or don't, or whatever. And yeah, see you on the next one. Take it easy.